Ed Stulak is in the house. What's going on, brother?
What's up, amigo?
I'm very, very pumped today. We're going to be doing a little webinar on Instagram, and it's going to be the new wave of Instagram. There's a lot of changes going on. So, the new wave of Instagram and what to expect. But for anybody watching this right now, Ed Stulak is an absolute savage of a real estate agent. He is the owner of the Orbis Group, correct? Right. So we're right there, and you're brokered by Real Brokerage, and Ed is just a beast on Instagram. He's definitely some people call it an obsession and some people call it a passion. He's all in on it, and he knows the ins and outs of the platform and follows all the updated news and everything going on. And recently there's been a lot of changes in Instagram that Ed's going to be speaking to. And so I'm very, very excited to hear what he has to say about the new wave of Instagram and what to expect. So Ed, if you don't mind, man, take it away by giving yourself a better introduction than I gave you, and then let's get this thing rolling.
Not possible to beat that intro, but I'll do my best. What's up? My name is Ed. Ed Stulak, licensed realtor out here in New Jersey, so representing the Jersey Shore and all that stuff. But yeah, no, it's been a whirlwind when it comes to Instagram lately. There's a lot going on. So for those real estate professionals that are tuning into this chat, they'll definitely peel your ears open as to what to expect over the next few weeks, few months of the new wave of Instagram, what to be paying attention to, what to be focusing on as opposed to not focusing on, things like that. I'm getting a lot more messages right now saying, Ed, my account is being hacked. Ed, I don't know what to do. Ed, how do I get it back? That's been a trend lately, unfortunate trend, but a lot of accounts are getting hacked. So let's talk about it. Like what's happening here. I'll tell you this. Recently, I had one of my friends reach out to me and said, "Hey, I got hacked," but I also got I kind of get held hostage. My account got held hostage in a sense of there was one account or one owner, let's say, there was one owner, one spammer, one hacker, whatever you want to call it, that created tons of different accounts, and all of them reported one account. They all reported it until it gets blocked. And then they essentially held that account hostage and reached out to the owner, to my friend, and said, "We will stop reporting you for $500, or we will stop reporting you for whatever it might be. Give us access to your information." Like, it's been wild, man. I
Wow.
don't know where these hackers are coming from, but they're getting stronger. They're getting more creative with their hacking, as opposed to just reaching out to someone and saying, "Hey, give me your link," or "Give me the creative code that you just got texted, so I can hack your account." We gotta
Yeah,
pay attention, man.
I've noticed that. I've noticed that there's a lot of accounts, like especially in real estate right now. There's a lot of new wave real estate influencers, right? So a lot of people are making a lot of content and building up a very, very beefy Instagram following to contribute to the real estate industry. But what I've seen is like, then you'll get followed. Like I'm like, no way. Like Tom Ferry just followed me. No way. Like like who this
That's
person
right.
just followed me, and then you look and you see like a little difference in the handle. And there's these fake accounts that go around. So
It's
that's
wild.
one thing. You had one. I remember you had a fake account. I screenshot it. I sent it to you, and I was like, "Hey, man, I just sent you like 10 Bitcoin," and you're like, "No, you did not." And I was
I
like,
got
"Yeah,
so scared. I'm like, no. Dude,
yeah,
yes, that's happening though, more and more. That was probably the third account that has done that to me in the past 3 months. It's just more and more accounts are doing that. They're building up a following. They're reaching out to your followers, thinking that, oh, it's my boy, it's my friend, it's the role model I look up to, and they're DMing me. What? That's so awesome. I just did that with another agent out in San Diego. It's a big agent, and so I messaged her because she messaged me. I'm thinking this is a good time to, I guess, chat with her about collaborating, right? I'll chat. And then she started asking me about my day, how it's going, and I'm like, you don't care. Why are you asking? Like you're way too personal. Like, nah, what's up with that? The best way to identify, though, this is the best like blocker. Again, those listening, if you are experiencing this, if you are getting messages from these people, this is my like filter. Okay, I go onto their page and I check out the first post they ever posted. If the first post they ever posted was from a week ago, fake. If it's from 5 years ago, that account's probably been, worked on for a long time. They're probably legit. So they might not have a blue verification check mark, but that's a good way to go ahead and identify if it's legit or not. Is check out
Mhm.
their first post they ever posted. If they only
Yep.
posted 3 pictures, that's another identifier, and they're probably fake. But if they posted 38 photos, like that kind of could look legit. But check out the first photo, and if it's posted a week ago, it's fake, or the
Yeah, and
same day.
same thing also is like a lot of these fake accounts, they'll have massive amounts of followers on the account. But if you go and you look at the engagement of the post, if it doesn't make sense, like they might have 12,000, 13,000, 50,000 followers on that account, but then you go click the post and there's 6 likes. And it's like, well, that doesn't really add up either, right? If I had 50,000 people following my account, you would at least expect engagement from like 6% to 10%, engagement rate
And it's so hard to
on that.
even go off of or judge engagement rate today because that's another thing that Instagram has changed. Let's talk about that next. Like let's stem off into it. I like it. We're stemming off into important things like engagement. What the hell is going on, man? Everyone is thinking Instagram has changed for better or the worse. That's been the debate. Personally, I think for the better. All right, but hear me out. The verification side of things, the authentic aspect side of things, is what Instagram is trying to really stand strong on lately. They are they are pushing those that actually deserve true organic engagement. They are pushing those that have been creating content for a long, long time. But a lot of us are complaining that I've had my Instagram account for years and I post one photo, I get 30 likes. Like I used to get 150 likes. Now I'm getting 30. What's up? You know, Instagram has entered a pay to play era 3 years ago, 4 years ago when they were bought out by Facebook. Now they're even getting stronger with that aspect. So I don't like that part. I'm not an advocate of their latest algorithm and their latest mindset of how they've created themselves to be today. A lot of people are heading to other platforms like TikTok, YouTube, truer platforms that actually give more engagement. So TikTok is, oh man, I love TikTok. You post
Yeah.
one video, you get thousands, hundreds of thousands of views and likes. It's crazy. So
Now,
Instagram has stepped away.
what are you starting to see, or what's your feeling on why the engagement has decreased? Is it because of all the ways that people can consume on Instagram with stories, reels, videos, posts? I mean, Instagram TV. Like, what is it that's causing the engagement to go down? And what's your perspective on how to combat it, or what would you say is the best way to get the most engagement out of the platform?
I believe that there are that creators is it's becoming oversaturated. There are way too many content creators today. Way too many. Because there are too many of
Hmm.
us posting podcasts, posting interviews, posting inspirational shit, nicely put. Like there are way too many of us, and we all think we're gurus and coaches and we're all the best. There are way too many of us. So it's like, who the hell do we listen to at this point? Reason why I haven't really pursued, for example, like a YouTube show or maybe a podcast of my own, because why, as a realtor, which is my following, I want realtors to follow me. I want them to reach out, and I want to be exposed to them. Why would they listen to me when they can listen to a person like Gary Vaynerchuk, Grant Cardone, Ryan Serhant, people that are like a lot more exposed. They have huge millions of followers. They're on TV. They're millionaires. They're this. Like, why are they going to listen to me per se? I know what I know. I know the stuff I know is top notch. Like, I know that stuff. But if we're comparing, like, looking at that as opposed to looking at a person like myself, I'm like, I'm not even gonna try to go ahead and create my own show right now because Ryan Serhant, he's $1 million listing New York. I'm sorry, I just don't have $1 million production budget to go ahead and create content like he does. I'm not gonna try and compete against all that stuff. No, I'm gonna do it my way. I'm gonna create my own authentic concept and brand, and I'm just gonna roll with it and see how far I go with it and just have fun with it. So
Mhm.
knowing that there are so many content creators nowadays, my point to tie this up here, Instagram is seeing this. Instagram, all these platforms are identifying that there's a lot of content creators nowadays who actually deserves it. Who deserves true engagement, who deserves that exposure, who should we focus on, who shouldn't we focus on. If I see John Smith, who is I don't know, a plumber and has been creating thousands of pieces of content throughout this whole year, and the plumbing industry knows about him, and we see a lot of people are starting to gravitate towards him, and there's no other content consumer or creators in the plumbing industry, maybe we focus on John Smith, right? Like, let's focus on throwing him out there because John Smith has an influence in the plumbing industry. People in the plumbing industry look up to John Smith. They follow his stuff. They buy his stuff. They click on the link when every time he posted an Instagram story. This is the person we got to expose. And then all of a sudden, you have 50 John Smiths in the plumbing industry trying to do the same thing. What's Instagram going to do? Well, of course, they're going to try to expose them, but like, who's the real true person to go to right now out of these people? Because like everyone's creating very similar content, but who do we focus on? Right. So they're going to choose they're going to handpick the few people. And this is why, personally, from personal opinion, I could be completely wrong, but I think that this is what Instagram's going through right now. There's so many creators. They're going to choose the ones that they want to see really blast off. They're going to choose the ones that are getting that true engagement, have been building it for quite some time, and push them. Like, why should a new user come on board and all of a sudden get thousands and millions of views? It's like, I don't know. This is just how I'm perceiving things to be because nothing else is adding up. I don't understand why else would Instagram decrease the amount of engagement. I don't understand what their mentality is.
Yeah, I think it could absolutely be the fact that there's so many ways to consume in Instagram. So you have stories, you have reels, you have posts of photos and galleries, you have ads that get ran. Like there's just so many different ways to consume. Where if you go on TikTok right now, I believe there's TikTok stories now. But those aren't pushed as much as just the typical For You page and now friend page on TikTok, right?
Mhm.
So I think that's why you're still getting that massive reach on TikTok. But I saw something recently where they're talking about potentially like releasing photo posting on TikTok, which means that they're actually trying to become Instagram, because at the end of the day, these social media companies, the only way they make money is through advertisement. So they have to get eventually the organic reach is what attracts people to go to the platform. But then eventually it's going to turn to where they're wanting to get money. So they're going to try to get as much ad revenue as they can in the most organic way.
Yes.
So, I mean, I think that's what's happening with Instagram is people are moving from Facebook to Instagram and TikTok, but Instagram already had a massive following. So that could be part of it is what we're seeing is just supply and demand of mind share.
Yeah. No, likes and followers and all this exposure and views, all this stuff. Like, this is the new monetary value of social media, and those that are giving most of it is where people gravitate to. If
Yep.
someone told
So
me that someone's handing out thousands of dollars for free on the highway, like, I'm headed there right now. If someone tells
right.
me, "Hey, I'm, offering a job, you can make $5 an hour," like, which way am I going? I'm going for the free money. Like, that sounds easier. So the free money, if I'm gonna go ahead and throw an analogy here of that, I'm going to TikTok because they're giving me exactly what I want. I post one video and I can get 70,000 views. For what? For walking my dog on the street and him jumping in a funny way and throwing a funny sound over it, and I get thousands of views? Like, yeah, I'm heading there because if I post the same video on Instagram, I'm getting not even a fraction of that, you know?
Yep. Now it's interesting from a business aspect, like not just the reach, but from a business aspect so far. I know you've had a lot of great relationships actually built on Instagram. In fact, our friendship has been built on Instagram.
Mhm.
So do you feel or fear that TikTok will not offer that same level of deep rooted engagement, and not engagement on the post, but more so engagement in building relationships on the platform? How do you feel about that with Instagram and TikTok?
TikTok is the platform to gather. It's a funnel. It gathers the views and the exposures and the followers. When you go onto someone's page, if I see your TikTok and I saw it once, twice, I see you again 4 days later, I'm like, I know this guy, this Austin, right? Yeah, Austin. Yeah, cool. I've seen this guy before. Let me click on his page. I click on your page. I can go to your Instagram and YouTube. Let me go check you out on there to see how really of a content creator are you? Like, are you just this kind of like a star on born out of nowhere on TikTok,
I mean,
or do you
that's what
actually have
I've
naturally you are, of course, but
yeah, yeah, that's what I think. Yeah.
so I'm going to click on your page. I'm going to click on your Instagram. That's where I'm going to be funneled into, and I'm going to see. All right, this guy has been posting for the past 5 years. He's legit. He's posting here. He's doing podcasts. He's doing this. He's doing working with marketing in here. Like, all right, this guy seems like he knows what he's been doing. He's like, all right, follow. It's a funnel. So I don't know if TikTok will ever be that point where like I don't go to my TikTok to see my messages and DM people and exchange contact information. It's just not a thing. I don't. That's just me. Again, I don't like LinkedIn. Some people like LinkedIn, so it's whatever. Everyone to each his own. But on TikTok, I usually, if I want to connect with someone on a deeper level, one on one, it's Instagram. Instagram is how I find them if they have one. And if they don't, I'll try to message them on TikTok. But for the most part, they don't respond because you have to be friends, right? Or, well, there's an option where you can unclick it, where you can get messages from people that are not friends with you. But for the most part, I think that's an automatic default setting. That if you're not friends already on TikTok, where I'm not following you, you're not following me, like we cannot exchange messages. So if I am friends with you, I could send you a message, but if you're not following me, we can't call or we can't talk unless we click on that setting, the enable it. My point though is that I don't think TikTok is the platform to exchange one-on-ones. Instagram is more so the platform to exchange one-on-ones. That's how
Gotcha.
I feel like it is.
So in terms of this new wave of Instagram, like there's some things that you brought up already. One's security, and I'm assuming like setting up like a two-way auth, and there's different parameters. What else is part of the new wave of Instagram that you're seeing, and like what people can expect?
If IG Reels are improving. Oh man, they're improving. IG Reels is something that we should definitely be looking out for more. Recently, they added a template option. No, I don't know, so I'm not sure if you saw that.
No, I haven't.
So you can now go to an IG Reel, and you've seen some trending songs where it's like there's a song over it, and then every beat, like the picture changes, or like your outfit changes. They now made it so easy for people to create content that they actually created a template around that specific trend.
Mm,
Meaning, if I see you, okay, let's just say I'm scrolling on IG and I see this guy, a backwards hat, you're in a black shirt, and then the next shirt, you're throwing this song overhead, right? And it changes the beat. And every time the beat changes, you are in a different shirt, right? Like black, white, purple, yellow, green, right? Every single time your shirt changes, they give you the option to put in video clips in every single part that you can put that new video into.
mm,
They make it super simple. You don't even have to cut it anymore, crop it. You could just
mm.
straight upload, copy and cut and drop.
Yeah, that's massive because you got to think a lot of people that they're like, man, I'm seeing Instagram Reels, I see the benefit of it, but I don't know, I can't edit the video, I can't do this. There's just so much time. We're like,
Yeah.
we naturally we went into the platform. We're like, okay, this is how you would do this, this, and this, and
Hmm.
we set it up ourselves that way and learned it based off of what we were given.
Right.
And it was a problem because it took too much time to make a damn reel sometimes that were
That's right.
creative. So now they see that opportunity to make it easier for people, which is going to create more adopters of content creators,
That's right.
which is then going to create more mind share and then pay to play.
That's it.
So,
That's it. So they're making
yeah,
it
it's
so
amazing.
simple for content creators to create even more, and they're helping people that don't create content to help create content. So it's helpful, and at the same time, it's like kind of screwing us in the future. But it's okay. It's fine. It's another
Yeah.
helpful tool. It's another. That's fine. I like it. I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
I hear you on that. I hear you on that. I agree too. I think it's cool, especially as a content creator now. Yes, it might create more adopters, which is okay, right? I mean, shoot, a lot of people in the coach people on how to do these things. So this is going to make it easier for people to get involved and get started with Instagram Reels.
For sure.
So what do you see from like real estate agents, right? Like if they are currently starting to make reels, I'm noticing a lot of agents are, and a lot of agents are really getting bigger on video. Like I'm noticing people aren't as timid to video and they're jumping in and they're putting themselves out there.
Mhm.
So what do you say for real estate agents right now, like with things kind of shifting and changing? What should they be looking for? What should they be doing on Instagram, and where should they be putting their focus in the platform right now?
What's trending right now are trends, things that several different industries are creating. So again, going back to the plumber industry, just as an example, if I see the plumbing industry, a lot of them are doing like the same type of content. Let's say it's a trend. Let's say they throw something up in the air, like a pipe up in the air, right? And then they catch it, and it's like a soundtrack from like some popular movie. I don't know. Let's just say that goes viral, causing other industries to now try to mimic that, where they're not throwing a pipe up in the air, but let's just say like a hairdresser is throwing up a broom or I'm sorry, broom, a brush up in the air. She catches it, right? And then a real estate agent might throw up like a for sale sign and then catch it. Like I don't know. I'm just giving an example. Those trends right now are popular. People are seeing industries do them. I go on TikTok as a consumer or IG and I scroll, scroll, scroll. And if I see or hear a sound repeating, if I see this creator create it, this creator do it, this creator do it, different industries, I'm thinking this is a trend. This is just trend. Ed, do it. Right. This is just what's in my mind. Like this is something I should probably do. And I'm seeing more and more because I'm even educating realtors to do that. So they're listening and they're doing it. Other content creators, other gurus like ourselves, we're telling people to go ahead and do that. So they're doing it and they're listening. But now a lot of people are doing it to a point where, again, I'm going to use the same word before, oversaturation is occurring,
Mm-hmm.
where too many people are now doing it. So if I hear that same sound and I see someone else do it, I'll be like, okay, like I've seen that before. Like, of course you would do that. Go figure, because everyone else did it. But like, it's funny, you wore a cute outfit, so you did it better. But like, all right, like we're getting to a point where it's becoming oversaturated, where it's not like, wow, that's new. I've never seen that before. Oh my god, I think we're past that point a little bit. We're getting past it, which means now we're going to be forced into creating more quality, organic, natural, new official kind of content, ourselves, original content.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna push those that are only hopping on trends, it's gonna push some of them out. Because they're gonna
Yep.
say, I'm not original, I can't do that, I can't come up with ideas, I only hop on trends, I'll do that stuff. And they're gonna go to some limit, but they won't go as far as they should or they want to.
Yep.
Those original content creators, though, they're going to create new content, something new that's never seen before, never done before. They're going to do some stuff. Like, for example, that one guy with the drone, I forgot what his name is, this kind of like heavier set dude. He had a drone and like the thing flied around and like he danced with his,
Oh yes, yeah.
I
Of
forgot.
course, you get the you get the dancing shit in your feed. Of course,
I
I
love
mean you're a
dancing
big
shit. Yeah,
dancer.
always.
Yeah,
I'm a big
yeah.
dancer. I'll dance because it's entertainment, right? It's
Right.
entertainment, which I think is never going to die. People are never going to not want to laugh. Like there's always
Right.
going to be a little desire for a giggle and a laugh. So that's why I personally push that type of content on my social media, because I know people love to laugh. I love to make people feel good. You laugh, oh man, like okay, I'm glad I can make you happy today. And I want to make sure that the original content that I do create is gonna do that, make that result happen. You're gonna laugh, you're gonna learn something, you're gonna be happy to a point where you're gonna want to come back to my page and get another giggle, let's say two days from now. That's
So
how I'm gonna continue reeling you in.
that makes sense because I think if you're getting started on Reels, it's you got to get yourself. You're flexing a muscle you haven't flexed yet, right? So I think it's a great way to start on the trends, to start getting
Mhm.
yourself out there, pushing content and all that. Now I'm noticing a lot of people batching content, but I also think there's like pros and cons to that as well, where they're batching it like these FAQs and things like that,
Mhm.
where if you almost need a mix. You need a mix of trending audio, you need a mix of FAQs, and you need a mix of little funny skits that are original. So when you're saying that you're starting to try to shift towards these original pieces of content, what are some of the ideas you're thinking of? Like, not I know that you're kind of giving away your original idea, but it's got to get so much that these people are getting involved where it dilutes it anyway. So,
Right.
what are some ideas people could do for original content?
So it really stems down to how creative you can get. It's not going to be something that I have an answer for. I don't have just one answer. Like this is it. This is what's going to do. The originality has to grow from somewhere. Has to blossom on its own. The guy that rode his longboard with the ocean spray
Yeah.
cranberry drink, that did not just like I know for a damn fact he didn't sit down and write down strategies like, okay, I'm gonna get
No.
a longboard, play Fleetwood Mac, and this is what's gonna get me going. No, hell no. He posted that, and for some odd reason, that thing blew off to the point where everyone and their mothers around the world wanted to recreate that original video using the same song, using the same concept, longboard, juice, song, let's do it. You know, like so simple. That just happened. The same thing with this drone guy that I was mentioning. I forgot the gentleman's name. I think Michael. I could be wrong. I don't want to butcher him, but props to him. Same thing. He created that. That was a thing that everyone now started to recreate. So his original concept blew up, and people started to do it. There was another guy, another example. This was a music producer. I'm pretty sure he's a music producer, and he took Facebook comments, and the people that were commenting, he made songs around them. And these comments made no sense, but he made these songs sound so good. Like people were saying something about I don't even know, something silly, but he made those conversations into music lyrics, created a whole track around it, making music producers do very similar things in their industry. So my point is that these ideas just blossom out of nowhere to create originality. I don't know when it's going to hit me. I try to be original by, teaching and dancing. I like dancing. I'll teach, because it'll kind of give you a little laugh, like, oh, Ed's shaking his ass. That's funny. But he's also teaching me something about it. Like, okay, so he's telling me here's his 4 favorite tips while he's shaking his, yeah. So it's like,
Yeah, yeah,
okay, like
yeah.
it's funny, but I'm learning. Is that original? I've gotten some ideas from that, like it's not something that was just born overnight. Oh, I'm going to start doing this. I kind of saw someone else do it. I'm like, I'm going to do it a little bit better. I'm going to have fun with it. So that's what I did. But my next original video can come out of nowhere. I just did a listing video with my 5-year-old baby cousin. I dressed him up in a light blue suit. I took him on. I brought him into my listing video. I was like,
Yeah, he's a
bro,
celeb to me at this point.
dude, like that thing is going. People, my clients were so surprised. They're like, I've never seen that before. That's amazing. It's different. It's original. It's unique. Like, I don't know where that came from. It's just like, Ed, do it. Something told me to do it. Am I going to
Yeah,
start seeing other realtors do that now? Probably,
right. Right, like, it actually makes me think of, Zachary Faust. So I'm actually talking to him later this week, but something he did was he created a video of him at his listing, and it's just him and his other buddy that's, an agent as well on his team, and they're just dancing in all the different rooms.
That's it.
I I hadn't seen it before, I mean, but and it's like, I don't wanna hate on Zach, but he doesn't have as good of moves as Ed, he just doesn't.
Yeah, that's right, Zach. If you're listening.
But so like but he's doing this. I'm like, this is great because you're showing off the house, but it's keeping me engaged on the video because I'm like laughing at him dancing, and it's showing the house. So I mean, it's just such little simple things that you could do um,
There's
to
several
keep people
elements.
engaged.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm stepping off into next. Is my comment I wanted to comment on that is that you have to keep people engaged during your videos because 6, 7, 8 years ago, when you posted a 7-minute video, people were watching a lot of it, not all of it, but a lot of it. Whereas opposed today, if you post a 2-minute video, you're lucky if you get 30 seconds, 40 seconds watched. People's attention span has depleted big time. So how do you keep them engaged from A to B? The last video that I watched for a long time was reason why not to get a Tesla,
Mm.
right? Caught your attention. You might not have a Tesla, but now you're thinking, oh shit, like I want to hear this, right? I watched this girl, this Californian, oh my God, blondie, right? Talk about
Oh,
Teslas.
cutie
Right.
pie.
Sex sold, right? Big time. But also the title of the name of the video got me too. 7 reasons why not to buy a Tesla. Immediately was attracted. And I watched about 13 minutes of that video because I was
Oh
thinking
wow.
about getting a Tesla. It was like a 20-minute video. I got tired after the 6th one. I was like, all right, let me move on. Which happens to consumers. So we have to identify that as an element in our content creation process. So now if we're creating a formula or creating a piece of content, how are you going to hook these people in so they continue watching? Now, I'll tell you my formula for this past listing video that I created with my 5-year-old baby cousin. he was so shy. He was not ready to film with me, but I was like, "Come on, bro." I held his hand. We walked. It was cool. But I knew that if I bring him in right off the bat, the first 2 seconds of the video are him and I. Immediately, people are doing this. They're watching. They're like, "What's gonna happen now? I've never seen this before. It's a listing, but it's different. Let me watch." They watch. We walked. We talked. I introduced him. We gave a little high five. Like, it was cute. It was interactive. And then we dove into the video. I showed a little bit of the house. This is where you start to lose people, and I knew that. This is where you start to lose people because I don't care about this house. Let me just like watch this video. And then I brought him in again. But now he was pointing. He was like, I was like, him and I were standing in the kitchen. I'm like, bro, we call each other bro. I'm like, bro, tell me about this kitchen. And then I had him talk stainless steel appliances, granite countertops, Eden kitchen. I hooked the viewer back, right? I brought them back in, like, oh my god, he's describing the kitchen. That's so the cutest thing ever. Great, that's what I need. And then back to the video, and then towards the conclusion, I had a little kids Welch's grape champagne. Gave him a glass, all right? Poured some champagne in there. Gave him a glass. We cheers. We waved. Like, it was so interactive. Where I'm hoping that the viewer is watching from A to Z. You can
Mhm.
only hope for it, but you got to be strategic with it. There's too many people that sit down, and this is my favorite intro. Hey guys, let's talk about this. Or today I want to talk about this. Oh my god, I scroll so fast out of it. Now, I'm just not
Yep.
interested. I have too many of those I'm seeing nowadays. We have to be more creative. And this is where we have to input these specific elements. I used my cousin, right? So yes, absolutely, I used him. Sorry, but it's okay. I'm going to pay him. I heard that you can.
Yeah.
I heard that
You
you can
paid him in
actually
Welch's.
expense, and that too.
Yeah.
But I heard that you can actually expense up to $12,000 a year on children. So
Oh my
or
gosh.
yeah, so absolutely business expense immediately. So so like for example, in that sense, I knew that he's going to get me some traffic and views and the exposure and the engagement I'm looking for. I had my seller's dog in one of my videos too. I knew that was going to get engagement.
Right.
Out of the 64,000 views that I got on my TikTok with me and that dog while showing the house, about from the 600 comments, 400 of them were about the dog.
Yep.
I knew it was going to be just that. But
Which
that's
it's
my
okay.
point.
It's all right. It's attracting people to you as a brand, and there's little subliminal things that connect what you do in business. Like, so
Yeah.
many people think, well, I didn't get my message across. It's like, it's not necessarily about that anymore.
Oh,
Like, just keep posting little things that you do day to day, and the fact that you're in a house with your cousin or a dog, whatever it is, that's what keeps people attached to that video. But subliminally, now they know Ed Stulak sells houses. So then it stirs up
that's it.
conversation. Those 400 comments means that, yeah, 400 people liked the dog, but 400 people also watched that video and felt compelled enough to also reach out. Not even just the people that just watched the video and laughed and kept scrolling,
That's right.
or the 50% that watched it and said, this Ed guy's a loser,
That's it. That's
whatever,
it. That's it.
whatever,
There's
attract and repel.
so many hate comments. There was a lot of comments about the house, how outdated it was. It was $1 million house, like gorgeous on the inside, but people still found a way to throw in some hate and negativity. Fine, that's okay. Let it come, please. I appreciate the feedback. I'll let the sellers know. All right, fine,
Yeah.
whatever. But to the point is that all of this, you need to get creative with the way that you're going to reel in viewers and make them watch and stay on board for your content. Because as significant as your content might be, and as much as money as you put into it, as significant as it is, it becomes insignificant like that because
Mhm.
they don't care at that point. They scroll away, and most likely that video or that piece of content that you just invested your time into, your money into, and so much more, your patience into, was so significant in that little nutshell of a time for that viewer to consume, and then poof, gone, ciao. They don't care about that video anymore. The odds of
Yep.
that person going back to that video, very slim, very slim.
Mhm.
Unless you do
Mhm.
something so bizarre, something so unique, something so original, I think they'll be like, I have to go back to it. I have to see it. What is that
They
going to do?
have to go back or share it, right? Like share it to a friend. That's a big thing
Mhm.
that if it's share worthy, where it's like, man, this is so funny. This made me think of so and so would think this is a great video.
Yep.
And then people are just sending things every day of my life. I swear, my wife must be addicted to TikTok. She's probably mad that I say this, but every day of my life, since TikTok has become like this massive thing, and Instagram as well, she waits for the end of the day and we lay in bed and she sent me TikToks that she felt I needed to watch that day. And we lay in bed and we watch TikToks that she probably sends me 50 a day. And so I'm like, well, how much are you on TikTok? But like she sends me 50 a day. And so at the end of the day, we lay in bed
Yes.
and we watch our TikToks. I mean, like it's just part
Shareability.
of the day.
Shareability is such a huge element. As I mentioned, elements. You got to find these elements and then pinpoint them into your content. So shareability is a huge aspect of this and of this formula that will become successful. There's a gentleman that I forgot his name. I forget these content creators' names. I'm so sorry. I don't want to butcher their names or say the wrong ones. But this guy who was a social media comedian, I think you can call him that. He posted a video about the real estate industry, and I'm sure you've seen it, about the Apple. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
Yes, yes. Where he's like, this apple can sell for blah 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 blah, blah, right? Yes.
Yes.
Great. Share. Yeah.
That dude is not even a realtor, and he blew up in the real estate industry.
Mm-hmm.
That thing was so shared, the shareability, oh my god. Trust me, he got the exposure he was hoping for and more.
Yeah, that's a very exaggerant one. Like that one blew up, right?
Big time.
Then you have there's someone that's an agent with you at Real, Brooks Landry. He
Yes,
literally makes
yes.
these. Yeah, Brooks is a client of ours at Dippidi, so he makes these videos called "Be a Realtor," and they're funny. I mean, they're really funny and they're very relatable to agents. So, what do you think's happening? Agents see that, they're like, "Yep, that's so true." Like you
So
can't
me.
deny that. So what's
Yep.
going on is they're sharing that video to another agent and they're sharing it, and you can't see it on the front end from a consumer standpoint that it's being shared like that, but on the back end, you can look at your insights on Instagram and see how many times people have liked it, commented, but also shared it or saved it as to their collections.
Yes.
So I can imagine that Brooks has got some of these videos that have a massive amount of shares because that's that type of content it is. It's literally like 5 seconds. So it's so easy to consume and so shareable because it's so relatable. And he's just following that same trend, like keep making more of these and share it out, share it out, share
Absolutely.
it out.
Much
He found
respect to
his
him.
piece of
That is,
yes.
yes, that's his content that he's now creating, and other people are starting to duplicate that and I get it. I and the original concept from that came from that one guy, right? Be a man. Like
Yes, be a man.
be a
Yes,
man.
exactly.
And then he did Be a Realtor. Genius. Perfect. Simple. I applaud Brooks. He did great with that. He executed on an idea that is working well in the general world of content and
Mhm.
targeted it in a very niche specific industry. That's
Which is
great.
as businesses what you should be looking at. What is generally a popular trend or generally a popular thing, and how can I niche down into this for
Totally.
my specific industry?
Such a
Yeah, I love
simple
that.
formula should be executed immediately within every industry.
Yep.
That's one great example. I'm glad you bring that up. So yeah, that's something that everyone should do. Be a plumber, be a musician, be a model, be a doctor, be a lawyer. Oh my god, a plethora of ideas.
Right. There's so many. So in terms of like now we've talked security is a new wave of Instagram. We've talked about the engagement rate decreasing and ways to combat it. We've
Yes,
talked about some of the ways to create shareable content, not tap into the trends, but don't only focus on trends and makes start thinking of some original content. What else is there, man? The new wave of Instagram, what people can expect and what they should be doing.
those are really the main things that I've been seeing lately, and it's evolving. So I applaud Instagram for evolving to what they're becoming nowadays, but they have to give the love and engagement back that we came to Instagram initially for. They gave so many for the 10 followers you had back 10 years ago. You were getting 8 comments, 9 likes. Like it was a lot for every 10 followers you had, right? Just given that ratio. Today, for every 10 followers you have, you're lucky if you get one or two out of those people seeing that stuff. And it dropped ridiculously low. So Instagram really needs to figure out how to keep its followers and users on social media again. It has to figure out a way to keep not only on social media, on Instagram specifically. How do we keep our users on social, but most of all on Instagram, on Facebook? How do we keep them there? And by the way, I said users. Like, did you know there's only two industries in this world that consider their people users?
Yeah.
Social media and drugs.
Yeah.
That's rough. No one
Yeah.
else is a
Yeah.
user.
Yeah, that's an interesting concept, but yeah, I have heard that, and it's think about it. My wife sends me 50 TikToks a day, so I think it's enough said that this thing is pretty addicting. Yeah, she's an addict. Yeah, it's no doubt. But
It's
man, Ed, I,
crazy.
I appreciate you, man, reaching out here. If anybody needs to reach out to you in regards to Instagram or real estate or connecting, like what ways can they do so?
Instagram for sure, edstulak.com. Send me an email, ed@edstulak.com. But I'm really found all over. So LinkedIn, Snapchat, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. I'm all over as the social media geek that I am for the realtors around the world. So
I
thanks for
love that.
having me
Yeah.
on. This was a good chat. I hope people take something away from this.
I hope they do too, man. And just for anybody that may not know, Dippidi is a real estate marketing agency. So some things that we do, we actually don't do any organic social media posting, as Ed discusses. If you do need help with that, Ed's probably your man to talk to. But if you need any help with actually what Ed doesn't like, which is pay to play, right? So any lead generation campaigns, remarketing, things like that on social media, that is what Dippidi does. We create custom branded campaigns for agents. So I think that if you have any interest in that and learning about that pay to play method, down actually below here should be somewhere. If you scroll down, there's information on scheduling a time to talk with us on a strategy for you. So, Ed, dude, it's always fun. Thank you so much. I hope we could do a couple more of these, as time moves on. But it's
Oh,
always
we
fun having
will.
you.
Of course, man. Hey, Instagram, TikTok, these platforms are always evolving. So I'll always come back with some more updates. But yes, thank
Yes,
you
I
again
love
for the
it.
love, brother. I appreciate it.
You too, man. See ya.